Hey, okay, this is Christy from Mind Rewire. Somebody in another video had commented that I need to use a speaker and whatever, and this is all I've got right now, so it's what I'm using. So I hope it helps you hear me better. I'm actually trying to talk louder because I don't typically talk loud at all. So this video, please like, share, and actually let me say this before I go too far, and subscribe. Go to mindrewire.com if you're wanting to learn how to cause whole brain coherence, if you're wanting to learn heart coherence, if you want to learn how to clear the subconscious through being in alignment, heart coherence to brain to gut, right? I have courses online that you can go pick up for $77 a piece. I'm also teaching a class right now, which is what this video is going to be about. Not on the class, just a piece of it. I'm going to share it with you as well as the class because in this period of time, I just think it's really important to start understanding some of these things better. And so I just want to share this with you. All right, so let's talk about the first law of the universe real quick. That's what I'm teaching the course on, is the laws of the universe and heart coherence. So the first law of the universe is mentalism. And you say, okay, well, what is mentalism? It's your thought forms, right? Mentalism equates to the brain. The first law of the universe talks about your ability to speak well, to speak to yourself well, use your thoughts well, think strong, right? Think strong thoughts about yourself, about the world around you, because it creates a vibration that carries it out into the universe, right? So when you think about mentalism, and this is what showed up last night in kind of a, I don't even know what to call it. It was kind of a vision. I wasn't really asleep, but I wasn't really awake. And this is what I saw. With your thoughts, with the idea of your thoughts, there's frequency to that. There's vibration to it. Your brain, right, is left brain, right brain. You've got two hemispheres. They're equated to the masculine and the feminine, right? Left brain is masculine, right brain is feminine. And then, because understand this is the part where I'm not really sure how to say this except to say it. This is the part where we get this messed up because we equate masculine and feminine to sexes, male and female. Male and female are earthbound traits, I want to say. Masculine and feminine are aspects of God. Right, so you have to start distinguishing between these two things. So we think masculine and feminine. I don't know why I can't say that word. And then we think male and female, and that causes us to think gender, and gender is penises and vaginas. Yes? So if you stick with the masculine and feminine, the right brain being, or the right brain being feminine, the left brain being masculine, and what that means, you'll get a clearer indication, a clearer understanding of mentalism. The first law of the universe is mentalism, and it has to do with having a whole brain, not having half a brain, not having, we were taught that you're either left-brained or right-brained. And so it has to do with bringing those aspects, masculine and feminine, together in a wholeness, right? If your brain is in a whole state, it means you can utilize these different aspects of your brain together in a whole state instead of in the separateness that we were taught to reside in. Okay, does that make sense? I want to tell you a little story. A couple of years ago now, I met a man down in Salt Lake during a court case. I think I've told this story before. It was kind of interesting. And I was the last person to get up and talk and be in front of this guy. And he was just asking questions to move us through a process. And I have to have my IDs. And of course, I lost my wallet at the beginning of this whole process. So I had been sitting there for 4 hours waiting for my turn to be in front of this guy. I was the last person in the room on the docket, last person they called up. And I walk up and I'm like, I lost my wallet. And he looked at me, and then he looked at my necklace. Everybody has seen these charms that I wear. He looked at my necklace, And he goes, go down to your car, stick your hand under your passenger side seat like this, come back up as fast as you can. And I just looked at him kind of weird, but I knew the second he said it, that it would be there. So I run downstairs, get into my Jeep, stick my hand under the seat, and that wallet was handed to me. I don't know how else to say it except that it was handed to me. This man has some kind of blessing. He has some kind of, I don't know. It was interesting. So anyway, the story goes on. He sat me down after he asked me the questions for the court case, declared everything closed, pushed it all aside. And then he goes, okay, you're the one I'm supposed to be talking to. And I was like, what? And he pulls a couple of cards out of his wallet and showed me these different stars. There was like a 16-point star, a 9-point star, and then a star, a pentagram, a 5-pointed star. And they all had symbols, Hebrew symbols in them. They all had information on them, and he was kind of showing them to me. And he goes, here's the important thing for you today, understand this. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it until last night. He goes, when you think male and female, we think penises and vaginas. He goes, that's not what it is. It's masculine and feminine. He goes, now extend that, right? Boys typically are blue, girls are pink. Those are the color associations. He goes, however that got started, here's what it equates to is the color blue equates to your throat, right? Your throat chakra, your throat energy center. The color pink is a variation or a spectrum color of the color red, right? Your root, right? So when I was shown about chakras in a very clear vision, there wasn't just one color, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, right? Indigo, violet. It wasn't just one color. It was the whole spectrum of colors that led into the next color. And that's literally how I saw them. And each spectrum color had their own energy signature. They have their own frequency, right? All of the color together in a spectrum, so like the spectrum of red has its own vibration. It has its own tonation. And then all of them together stacked on top of each other have a very specific tonation, okay? This is a lot, so just follow me here. So when you have masculine and feminine, the boy color blue relates to the throat. The girl color pink relates to somewhere in the spectrum of red, and that relates to the root. Purple and pink together make what? And I'm sorry, purple, I gave the answer away. Blue and pink together make purple, which is the crown, right? Mentalism, the first law of the universe, is the law of the crown. It is the law of your thought form and what you think creates. Now it works in conjunction with every other part and every other law, but it does relate to the crown and the color purple, the specific vibration of all the hues of purple. Does this make any sense? So if you are going to be in alignment in the laws of the universe, right? We're always trying to open up our chakras and get them in alignment. We always leave out the laws of the universe. You can't leave them out. They are a built-in functioning part of that part of your system. And if you get this and you understand it and you go, okay, so my thoughts are truly important, but you let them run away with you anyway, you're not in alignment, right? We can cause brain coherence, we can cause heart coherence, we can do all kinds of stuff. But if you leave the laws of the universe out of any of this, none of the other stuff will stick. That's what I learned in this vision last night. Does that make sense? Is that helpful? For those of you, and I'm just going to say it the way Yeshua used to, for those of you who have ears to hear, you're going to take this and run with it. You're going to understand it. How do you use the vibration of the color purple? How do you find the vibration of all the hues of the color purple? And then understand how it affects your thought patterns, how it affects your thought. Now, if you are living on the planet Earth like I am, you know right now that there's a bunch of crap going on. There is a lot of stuff going on. Every sector that you can think of is controlled by some form of government. And we call the United States a free country. And then you realize that you are controlled in your thought form right? And I mean, other forms also, but your thought form, right? If you're listening to the normal journalism that goes on, right? They're controlling every thought that you have about pretty much any subject you can think of, which is crazy interesting if you're trying to be on a spiritual journey and you're letting that still affect you and control you, right? And this is where you have to neutralize all of the effects, scramble all the negative frequencies that they keep sending at you, and then realize the purpose, the true purpose of your crown. It's not just an energy gateway to the heavens or whatever everybody thinks it is. It is the house of the law of mentalism. It's where that is seeded into your system, right? And it's connected to every other law. It's connected throughout your whole system. 7 laws, 7 chakras, right? 7 energy centers. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to come right back and follow this up with one on correspondence, which is the 2nd law of the universe, and give you a little bit more information there. Type below if this helps. Type below if it makes sense. Type below if you want in this course. I'm still teaching it live right now. We are through the 1st and 2nd, but if you decide to join, once you join, I'll send you the information of the stuff we've already gone through. You can go through it at your own pace and be able to join us live on our Saturday or our Sunday classes. All right, if that appeals to you, shoot me an email at Christy@mindrewire.com. All right, I hope to be talking to you soon. And let me know if you got it, if you understand this and you're like, and be creative, right? Get in your right brain, get in your feminine self, whether you're male or female. Get into that feminine part and say, okay, I'm going to be creative with this. How can I use it to help my life function? All right, I bless you. I'll be talking to you again soon.